Good evening everyone. So my name is Louie. So ngayon, you're still here in our channel IHG or Investors Hub Group. So for this evening, our topic is all about why buy real estate. Okay, so yun yung napili kong topic because I'm currently in real estate and I hope marami akong ma-share sa inyo na knowledge or parang information na pwede nyo magamit in the future, or if you're planning to buy real estate right now, kumbaga ito yung mga dapat natin consider. Okay, so first, gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo, ladies and gentlemen, kung ano yung for me parang backstory behind that topic, why I choose this topic. So we started 2018 when I was still in Camellia as an in-house agent, at the same time managing my own team. So I am a project sales manager back then, and I just remember that time parang I was thinking maybe I'm going to make it full-time or part-time at that time, because I'm still connected to Magsaysay Maritime, where I was a sourcing specialist back then. And then later on I decided to do this. Parang it's been 2 years already since I'm working with this company. Why not try to like join another company, try a new team, a new experience, something like that. So that is when I decided to join Camellia as full-time under PCPI group, no? That's, kalimutan ko na yung yung tawag dito, Premier Community Partners Incorporated. So that's the broker, name of my company. Parang under ako dun sa PCPI, no? So yun, and after that, nagulat lang ako. I'm just amazed by this parang memorable na experience. That's, because hindi ko na I just can't imagine na I was being offered to become a manager already at that time. Siguro dahil sa experience ko, or siguro dahil sa network, kasi I'm working in Magsaysay, no? And then yun yung naging reason bakit ako nabigyan ng opportunity na yun for sales manager position. Siguro yun yung reason, pero hindi talaga na-explain sa akin ng ayos or in detail bakit ako nabigyan ng ganitong opportunity. So yun, i-share ko lang kasi the first client na meron ako or nagkaroon ako is with my friend, no? Hindi ko lang i-mention yung name, but because of that opportunity na ma-offer ko sa kanya at first, actually, since this is the first time na I'm going to sell successfully a condo, kasi condo yung binibenta ko before in Camellia. So in short, to cut it short, ko siya, na parang na-convince ko siya to invest, and he's actually planning to invest, pero hindi pa siya sure if talagang mag-invest siya. So to cut the long story short, nag-invest siya. At first nag-hesitate siya kasi hindi niya alam what if hindi niya matapos yung babayad. So ano mangyayari sa sa tawag dito, sa unit niya, and all these concerns. Marami pa siyang mga concerns, but yung ginawa ko lang is I just pause the parang yung question niya, parang tinake note ko lang siya, then yun, na-answer naman isa-isa, and then yun, nakapag-decide siya. And then later part, nakapag-decide siya na mag-invest, mag-buy. Later part, nag-decide din siya na hindi niya ipagpatuloy yung pag-invest. And then one time, yung the good news about that is I think this within that year alone, no, nang nag-decide siya, like a few months later, 4 or 5 months later, nag-increase na yung value ng property. Alright, so that was I think February nag-invest siya 2018, and then I think mga per month nata yun nang nag-decide siya na ibenta niya na, pa-assume niya na, no, yung responsibility. So nangyari po is he was tawag dito, he was being he earned actually, no, he earned, and then is given the opportunity na mabalik yung lahat ng na-invest niya or na bayad niya. Halimbawa, hindi ko na maalala kasi yung na bayad niya, I think nasa 150 yun or 200, something like that. And then aside from that, no, aside from yung 150 na or 200 na nabayad niya, nabalik sa kanya, meron pa siyang return of investment or ROI. So which accumulated to I think 30 or 35,000, no? So imagine just a few months, no, nag-decide ka na mag-buy ng real estate, and then suddenly nag-decide siya na mag-ibenta. So yun, isa yun sa mga parang memorable na experience for me. Hindi lang yun yung naging experience ko na may bumili tapos binenta tapos nagkaroon ng income. Hindi lang yun first, no, several na din, but gusto ko lang i-share yun because that's my first sale, and that's how I realized na talagang malaki yung opportunity in real estate. And ang nakaganda doon is hindi lang po siya yung nagkaroon ng income, but at the same time me as the agent, and yung yung co-agent ko, yung downline ko, nagkaroon din siya ng income because of that. So it turned out na I think ako yung mas malaki. Nagkaroon ako ng 20k at anong that time, and then yung agent ko is 10k. So yan, everybody happy. Tapos yung bumili, yung client namin is compare niya yun sa sa current price. I think nasa rin yung savings niya, nasa 500 or 1 million, no, 500,000 to 1 million. So yun, yun yung pinaka parang memorable na experience. And isa siguro yun sa mga reason bakit ako nagstay sa real estate, because hindi lang po siya income, hindi lang po siya yung parang malaki yung income dito, ganito, ganyan. No, it's more than that. It's it's one way of helping a person or working individual na ma-convert yung hard-earned money nila into income, no, another source of income or an investment if ipagpatuloy nila yung unit na kinuha nila or na kuha nila from you by selling them, no, this kind of unit or condominium. Then how it influenced me, isa yun sa mga reason. Maybe because of one thing is the opportunity, and another thing is the opportunity to earn, but it also an opportunity to help person. And siguro isa yun sa mga reason dahil parang binigay ni Lord for me na parang i-continue yung journey na yun, kasi parang sinasabi ni Lord, no, coming from my experience, na I'm good at it kasi meron ako natutulungan, kasi they are happy of what they are seeing, what they are having. Like for example, yung first client ko, tapos nagkaroon siya ng opportunity na mabalik yung pera niya, at the same time may earning pa kasama, and then he also experienced that opportunity na magkaroon ng unit for a period of time. what I'm trying to say is that parang nagkaroon siya ng new mindset na kaya niya palang magkaroon ng ganong unit. It's just that may may new plan siya na paggagamitan ng pera na yon. That's why binenta niya yung unit niya. But what I'm trying to say is that if na-continue niya sana yung unit na yon, no, maybe, no, until now meron pa siyang unit, and then pinaparentahan niya yung unit niya ngayon, di ba? Hindi natin alam. So kumbaga for me is I just give him an opportunity, pero nasa sa kanya pa rin if he wanted to push it or i-cut niya na yung contract na yan. But nevertheless, no, hindi ko pa rin siya parang tapos na ako sa part na yan, ha. So dito na tayo sa part na to, parang I leave it there, then kuha na naman ako ng bagong client. Hindi ganun. Parang I told him na gawa natin yung paraan yan, benta natin sa iba, and then luckily yun ang nangyari. Kasi the thing is, hindi lang po ako sa selling eh. I'm also after sales. I really wanted to make sure na yung mga client ko is na bibigay ko yung best na possible way to make them earn, no? Or to return at least yung mga na na nila, na invest na nila with me. Kasi hindi naman sila nag-invest or bibigay ng trust sa company, but from me, then nagkaroon sila ng parang ability to trust the company because of me. So ayokong sirain yung trust na yun na binigay nila, no, nang dahil sa akin, nang dahil sa binigyan ko sila ng idea how good is this kind of investment or that unit. So yun na yung isa sa primarily the reason why I'm still currently selling real estate. And siguro I would like to encourage everyone by sharing the story that you should try to have new experience, no, or kumbaga new learning, no, by discovering new things, not just being employed or may business kayo ngayon. I would like you to consider also na why not, no, bigyan niyo ng opportunity sa sarili niyo na why not check out, no, other opportunity. Kasi ito naman yung real estate naman is hindi naman yun kailangan full time siya, no. It's either you sell real estate or you buy your own, no, and you discover opportunities within that, within that investment. Like for example, sa sinasabi ko kanina, there are a lot of opportunities that you can discover, like rentals, no, like buy and sell or flipping. So these are all opportunities na up until this moment hindi pa alam or hindi pa na-discover ng iba. Ang iba kasi is they're just buying, pero walang nag-guide sa kanila, walang parang manager, no, nagbibigay sila ng advice or parang consultant, no, bibigay sila ng advice that this is the perfect way to do it. So yun, I would like to encourage everyone, if you want to have a parang somehow manager on doing, para mag-guide sa iyo do those things, no, again, I'm available, no, always available to give you some tips on how you're going to start and how you're going to continue doing this kind of thing by buying, and then another thing, hindi lang yung buying part, but to enjoy it in a passive income, no, na opportunity. And you can actually do these things despite the current situation na meron kayo, despite that you are having your own business, despite that you are currently employed. Actually pwede kayong magkaroon ng opportunity to start investing as early as now. Like for example, if you are someone who's only earning, let's say 20 to 50,000 per month, and you are single, you can still start investing in real estate, like for example condominium. Why I said that? Because if you're single naman, wala ka namang other source na ay other expenses, 'di ba? Yung sarili mo lang yung inaano mo. Parang nag-spend ka lang para sa sarili mo. So, why not those other income, no, na meron ka, for example, at least maybe 20 to 30% of your income will go directly to the investment, no? What if ganun? Kasi meron namang mga condominiums ngayon or maybe house and lot na they are just offering as low as, no, nasa 6 or 7,000 per month. And I think you can actually, no, parang you're qualified to do that. You're qualified to have that kind of unit. Pero the catchy thing about it is kung you are not qualified, for example, to have a bank financing, no, while you are still paying for that particular unit, you start also to engage to other source of income para mag-meet mo yung income requirement ng bank, no, while you are also investing on that particular unit. Kasi most of the pre-selling right now, I know it's a risk, but you know, most of the pre-selling right now is they're starting at the very lowest price. But maybe, no, from first year or from 1 year or 2 years to 3 years from now, magkakaroon sila ng price increase, di ba? Which, based on my experience, usually nagkakaroon increase yan up to 2 to 3% per quarter, usually per quarter. And pinaka-conservative niyan is between 20 or 15% to 30% every year yung increase based on the current price. So, meaning to say, kung 3 years na yan, nasa ilang percent na? Nasa around 90 to 100% yung return of investment mo. From the beginning, from the day that you started investing in real estate. So, it means, let's say, yung total investment mo is nasa ano na, 150,000. Balikan natin yung 150,000. So, let's say 150,000 plus 90%, pinaka-conservative. So, ang balik sa'yo is 285,000 plus the capital or 135,000. Meaning to say, yung 135,000 na yun yung nagiging value increase or another form valuation increase from the day that you invest. So, from here, kung halimbawa 135,000 na yung nagiging increase and patungan mo siya ng 50,000 from that, you know, day that you started investing or from the day that you bought that unit. So, at least, no, meron ka pang buffer na 85,000 compared to the current price. Mean to say, kahit bilhin niya ng bagong owner, meron pa siyang nasa-save na 85,000. So, meaning, from your 150,000, magiging 200,000 siya. So, meron kang ROI na 50,000. No? Based on the current value of the unit. Or, 3 years from now. Parang ganun. Pero, it's just very conservative. What I'm trying to say is, what if mas malaki pa? No? What if based tayo sa ano tawag dito? Yung current price talaga. Let's say, at that time, yung pagbili mo, yung binili mo siya is only 7 million. Nagkaroon ng opportunity ngayon, 2 to 3 years from now, naging 9 million na. So, kung doon tayo mag-base, that's 2 million yung difference, no? Price difference. So, kahit na sinabi mo na 150,000 lang yung na-invest mo, yung binayad mo, no? Let's just say. Pero yung difference nga is 2 million. Hindi nagmamatter kung magkano yung binayad mo. Kasi nagmamatter siya doon sa current price ng unit. So, if benta mo siya ng plus 500,000, so that's 150,000 plus 500,000, that's 650,000. Minus the 2 million. So, meron pa rin siyang net na savings, yung bagong owner, yung bibili ng unit mo na 1.3 million. So, ano yung pipilian ni buyer? Yeah. would he rather choose or she rather choose the new unit na worth more than that you're offering, or dun siya pipiliin niyo yung 1.3 million na savings, no, compared sa bago. So of course dun sa savings na 1.3 million, which is all you need to do is to tawag dyan, bayaran, no, to give you the asking price of 650,000 assume price, no, for that particular unit. So meaning to say, in 3 years from now, let's just say yun ang nangyari, so yung current income or current return mo is 500,000, which anong mangyayari doon? Kung based on percentage, that's yung 500,000 is divide 3 years, that's 166,000 and 666 pesos per year, or that's more than 100%, no, doon sa ininvest mo. That's around, kung i-estimate ko lang, that's 310% ROI based on the 150 na initially that you invested in that particular unit. So yun yung mga examples. So going back, based on your current position, despite all that, no, as I've said, maraming opportunities ngayon na ino-offer ng market. Kaso lang, the only problem is you don't make yourself available. So advice ko lang, no, to give you an ending with the story, is I just want you to make yourself available on these opportunities. Kasi kung hindi mo naman binibigyan ng tawag dito, yung opportunity yung sarili mo to have this kind of parang new experience, parang new learning. So etong mga bagay na to is hindi mo talaga may enjoy. So all you need to do is to make yourself available, to give yourself a chance, parang new learning muna bago ka mag-shape into being an investor. Kasi yun naman talagang unang gagawin mo. You should learn first. I'm not going to advise you na parang to jump in immediately without you knowing kung ano yung mga pros and cons. Because despite all that sinasabi natin na investment, still a risk, no? I'm not saying na parang 100% no risk, no. Walang ganun. But what I'm trying to say is that if there's a risk, there's a possible way to also have a solution to it. Kasi merong risk, meaning to say meron ding opportunity. Kasi merong risk eh. If there's a risk, there's always an opportunity. The higher the risk is also the higher the opportunity. So yun yung sabi ko. Yung ano lang dito, yung parang anong tawag dito? The only reason that it's high risk because number one is wala ka pang ganong idea how to do it. But if if there's a high risk, meaning there's a higher opportunity because there's also a big possibility that there's a bigger solution to it. So kailangan mo lang siya i-discover. So ngayon, ang gagawin ko po is to highlight all these things na yun from that caption or the title, why you should buy real estate. Number one, it's because of, if you want to create a passive income, sulat ko lang. Why passive income? Because you're not thinking about it as parang i-flip mo lang siya, no. What I'm trying to say is, buy and sell, no. Hindi mo siya gagawin for short term, but for long term. It's always, ito yung ina-advise ko, because the longer that you keep that unit, the longer you benefit from it. Let's say rental, no, paparent po siya, or anong tawag dito, yung tinatawag natin na sublease, no, hindi kayo magpaparent, but you hire someone to do it for you. It's either you pay for it, like meron kang sweldo sa kanya, or siya yung magbabayad sa iyo, baliktad na. So kumbaga yung income mo is fixed income, no? Fixed income. Let's say ang bayad mo sa bank is, let's say 12,000 per month or 15,000 per month. Tapos yung contract mo sa kanya is 20,000 per month. So meron kang net profit na 5,000 per month. Meaning to say, yung 15,000 mo supposedly ikaw yung magbabayad nun sa bangko. No? There's someone who can do it for you, and that is that sublease, no? Siya na yung magbabayad sa iyo. Let's say contract mo is 1 year. Good for 1 year, fix niya yung 20,000 per month. So yung 15,000 babayad mo yun sa bank, libre ka na doon. At the same time, meron ka pang income ng 5,000. So nang gagawin mo sa 5,000? Itong 5,000, gagawin mo siya, recapitalize mo siya. Recapitalize, let's say merong pre-selling ngayon na worth 7,000 or 6,000 per month. Dito mo siya ilalagay. Let's say 6,000 para mas lower yung risk mo. So technically halos wala kang nilalabas na pera. Kasi yung actual capitalization mo diyan is the one that you the money that you give, no? Kumbaga yung pera na lumalabas sa iyo, hindi yung pera na pumapasok sa iyo. Yun yung actual capitalization. Mean to say, yung actual na capitalization mo for buying another unit is only 1,000 pesos. Kasi yung 5,000 is coming from your already ROI, no? So yun yung nakaganda doon. That's a bliss. Kung rental naman ikaw yung magma-manage fully, no? There's an opportunity for that also. Meron ding tinatawag na property management. Okay? So the property management will take care of whatever the need of your unit. Let's say pagdating sa ads, no? Pagdating naman sa housekeeping or maglimpyo, no? It's like a day-to-day job na sila yung bahala maglinis, no? Etc. And also maintenance. Let's say kailangan ng repair yung unit mo, yung aircon, whatsoever. So they will take care of it. But nevertheless, they will make an offer between 20 to 25% ng income mo monthly. Sila yung kukuha nun. Parang the remaining balance will be 80%. Let's say, ito mas malaki to. Kasi yung fix lang dito is percentage of parang commission nila, no? After all these services na they are offering you, so meron silang fix na 20 to 25%. Let's say the best is 75% yung matitira sa iyo, 25 sa kanila. So let's say ang nila, parent nila sa unit mo is 3,500 per day. So conservatively, ang mapaparent nun within naman is only 23 days. So let's say, so out of 23 days, ang total income is 80,500 less 25%, no? So may natitira pa na 60,375. So ito yung opportunity na sinasabi natin. So it's either you sublease it, no? Sila yung mag-take care pero meron kang fixed income, or magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na property management. You are hiring them for a particular percentage na sila na yung bahala lahat. Wala ka nang gagawin. But the income is more than yung sa sublease, which is 60,375. Pero hindi lang siya fix. Yun ang difference. Ito, yung sublease kasi is fix yun for 1 year, for example. Ito naman, hindi naman siya fix, pero mas malaki siya. Higher ang risk, pero higher din ang return. Yung sinasabi ko, higher the opportunity. So, when you say this one, less natin yung monthly mo na 15,000, meron ka pa natira ng 45,000. Mas malaki. So, mean to say, kung sinasabi natin, i-recapitalize mo siya for other opportunity for pre-selling, let's say 7,000 na project na monthly. So, pwede na hindi lang isa yung bibilhin mo na another unit. From 1 unit, magkakaroon ka ng opportunity to buy another 6 units. Dinivide ko lang yung 45,000 na monthly mo and i-recapitalize mo siya for another unit. Kasi pag nangyari, no, ma-turn over yung unit sa'yo, it's either ibenta mo siya or ipapaano mo na naman siya, property management mo siya. paparent mo naman siya. Pero hindi ikaw yung gagawa. So that's another one. So passive income is for rental, sublease, and property management. May tatlong opportunity. So for passive income, meaning to say passive income is monthly mo siya na-enjoy. Okay? So another thing is yung flipping, yung sinasabi ko kanina. So flipping is yung gagawin mo lang is to buy a new unit, a pre-selling unit, and then after which ibebenta mo siya for a particular period of time. Let's say less than a year or 2 years from now, or a combination of passive income and then bebenta mo siya after few years. So let's say you are enjoying rental, sublease, property management. After 5 or 10 years, ibenta mo siya. So let's say question now is how much is the capital for you to invest like kind of unit? Usually po pag pre-selling it's between 15% to 25% yung actual na capitalization. For example, balikan natin. Let's say yung total price is nasa 7 million. Okay? And then all you have to do is to invest 20%. And that's 7 million. So, magkano yun? That's only 1.4 million yung total investment. Okay? But, yung 1.4 million na yun, hindi naman yun babayaran mo actual lang, agad-agad, yung spot. You have to, bayaran mo yan within 6 years, 5 years, depende sa ano. Or, let's say 6 years, that's 19,000 monthly. Okay, yun yung actual. Pero hindi yun, again, hindi yun parang straight monthly na 19. May iba na parang step up siya, like 6,000 siya next start, then 7,000, 8,000, ganun. So, merong different options per developer, depends sa developer. So, right now, again, ang question dyan is magkano talaga yung actual capitalization? The answer is between 15% to 20% of the total contract price. Meaning to say, the rest of that 7 million, hindi po kayong magbabayad nun. Magbabayad nun is dun sa passive income nyo. So, I think this is the whole idea why you should buy real estate. And another idea, if you're just wanted to have your own house, is parang nagiging ano lang siya, nagiging mindset na lang siya that's you are giving the opportunity to yourself na you're not just merely an employee, but you know there's always an opportunity for you to have your own house, no, in the long run, like buying house and then suddenly hindi ka na nagre-rent kasi may sarili ka ng bahay, parang ganun lang. So yun yung isa sa mga bagay na parang gusto mo lang, enjoy mo lang na kaya mo naman pala. It's just that you're not just giving a space for you to have that kind of mindset, no? That's why hindi mo pa siya na realize sa ngayon, or wala ka pang opportunity na magkaroon kasi you're not allowing yourself to have that kind of experience. So I think those are the things na gusto ko lang i-share, no? Why you should buy real estate and why you should do it earlier than, you know, wait for another 5 to 10 years bago ka mag-decide. Kasi kung mag-decide ka 5 to 10 years from now, maybe hindi mo rin afford, no? Or maybe afford mo siya but you have to have another opportunity for you to afford that one. Hindi yung current job mo yun or current business mo. So that's all for this evening, no? I hope na meron kayong natutunan, and if you want to also explore the opportunity to also sell real estate, don't hesitate to, you know, chat message or give me a call, no, through my mobile number. So that's it. See you in the next video, and kung gusto mo i-share, why not? Thank you.